Welcome to This Week of Horsemen. At the anchor desk this week, we have Ron Burgundy.
You stay classy, Morgantown.
And Ryan Fantana.
Who works 60% of the time, every time.
Are you talking about my effort or the amount of time I'm present here? Because either way, I'm offended.
Yes, you should be.
Okay. Well, Mr. Burgundy.
Yes.
Or should I say
Mr.
Red. What is This Week of Four Horsemen?
This Week of Four Horsemen, like it is every week, we're going to talk about some cool stuff that's coming out this week, some stuff that's happened in the shop past week, and some sales and events coming up.
Yes, and before we get into it, I just want to say a huge thank you to everybody who showed up for the Four Horsemen Eternal Festival. I was really excited to be a part of it.
Yep, a lot of fun.
And I appreciate everybody who attended. All right, this week, for a giveaway, we're going to give something to everybody if you do something for us.
Can't get something for nothing? Is that what we're saying?
We have a little survey about This Week at Four Horsemen that I posted on all three of our social media platforms this morning, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. It's a Survey Monkey, so all you have to do is go and find the link, click on it. It's only 10 questions, fill them out, and then if you just mention that you filled out the survey at the register, you can get 20% off your next purchase, excluding Gundams and TCG sealed product.
Yep. Help us out. Help us make the show a little bit better.
We want to improve for you, because if something happens, I know it's going to be us, not you.
Yeah.
So we want to keep this train rolling, baby.
What happens if everybody says take Ron off the show?
Well, we might have had a few people say that already. All right,
Alex is furiously filling out that.
Moving on to new comics.
What do we got this week?
Well, you're up.
Oh, we have Doctor Who, a new Doctor Who, Lost Dimension Alpha #1. Real limited number of books available in the shop. If you come in and we are already out, let us know. We might be able to get you a couple more.
Yeah, we can do a special
order.
All right, moving on.
I've also got the newest Deadpool issue, Deadpool versus Captain America. Will Deadpool defeat Hydra this time? We just don't know.
I don't have words. And go ahead.
Deadpool's punching out Cap.
Look at the
and he's a hood ornament now.
Look at the license plate.
DP 1735. I don't get it.
DP is Deadpool.
Deadpool, yeah.
I don't know about 1735.
That has to mean something.
I assume it does. Like, everything means something.
This is totally how Secret Empire ends. You see that in the back?
Yeah, Deadpool saved us all.
I doubt that's how it actually ends.
All right, speaking of things that leave myself speechless, we're moving on to Star Wars.
Star Wars.
We have a new book, Jedi Republic Mace Windu #1 of 5. So this is a limited run, only 5 issues. It's about a particular mission that Mace Windu takes up in the Clone Wars alongside Kit Fisto and a couple other Jedi.
Very good.
Yep. And then we have the newest issue of the main run of Star Wars, which involves Han and Chewie taking up a job from a Hutt.
Wait, is he like leading Jabba on a chain?
You'll have to.
What is going on with that?
You will have to read to find out.
And that's the Falcon behind him.
That is the Falcon. Yes, that is.
Right.
I always see the Falcon. I'm like the Falcon.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
Remember that commercial with Tootsie Rolls? You saw Tootsie Rolls everywhere?
No.
I'm old.
I was going to say, we haven't had television in like 9 years, so I don't remember a whole lot of commercials.
There was a jingle. Google it, kids. There was a jingle. It was very 70s.
Our first derail, you wanted to be about Tootsie Roll commercial.
Tootsie Rolls.
All right, moving on to the Four Horsemen versus series. Last week, Obi-Wan narrowly defeated Doctor Strange.
I don't buy it.
Now, I agree. Like, this is a lot like Captain America and Magneto.
Yeah.
Where I do think, like, if you just put them in a room with nothing else, like Magneto and Doctor Strange probably win those battles.
Right. But
because they're Steve Rogers and Obi-Wan Kenobi, like, I'm not surprised the community chose to vote as they did.
True. I like Obi-Wan. I'm glad he won. But I don't think it would have happened.
Well, I mean, he is your pick.
Yeah, he was.
And
absolutely.
And my pick is this week, so we need to firm up our bet.
What are we betting?
We chose who would win overall.
Oh, yeah.
I foolishly let you choose first, and you picked Obi-Wan, and then I chose Gandalf, who is up this week against...
Who's he going against?
Godzilla. All right, so we need to firm up our bet, because just in case Gandalf is eliminated this week, I don't think
it's going to happen.
No, I think Gandalf has this one in the bag.
Yeah.
I think this is the easiest one we've had in a while.
For once, we agree. I think so.
So, Godzilla's got to go.
So,
go, Gandalf.
Was there a comment?
Yeah. Brandon Sheets had a great comment about the Doctor Strange Obi-Wan battle. It was hello there. And then Doctor Strange says, General Kenobi, rewind. Hello there. General Kenobi, rewind. Hello there.
It was this long.
Yeah, it was
great.
It
I
was a
laughed
whole lot.
so hard.
I was like, man, he typed all that. Oh, copy and paste.
Brilliant.
All right, moving on to the weekly events. This is events that we hold every week here at Horsemen Comics and
Lots of
Gaming.
stuff.
If you'd like any information on more of these, just go to facebook.com/horsemencomics and click on the events tab.
All right, kicking it off as we do every week, D&D Encounters at 6.
Yeah, on Wednesdays.
Wednesdays.
And also on Wednesdays, we have Modern at 6:30 and HeroClix at 6:45.
Thursday, we have Commander Night from 5 to close, X-Wing Flights from 6 to close as well.
And then we have our Friday Night Magic event, Standard at 6 and Modern at 6:30.
Which you can see on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube.
Yep.
And following up at the same time as FNM, we have Friday Night Pokemon at 6:30.
And then on Saturday, we have the Pokemon League at 1 o'clock now. I'm sorry, that it was at 12, now it's at 1. We'll update that. And also the Standard Showdown at 5.
Sunday, we've got Commander from 12 to close, Dice Masters at 2, which you can also see on
Facebook,
Twitch,
and YouTube. Yep.
All the things.
All right, moving on to an event that comes around only 4 times a year. It's once, twice,
3 times
thrice.
a lady.
What's the equivalent for 4? Once, twice, thrice.
Quattro.
I don't know. All right, it's the Ixalan pre-release. Ixalan is the newest expansion for Magic: The Gathering. It goes with a Mesoamerican pirate dinosaur theme.
Pirates and dinosaurs.
The pre-release will be
How are they gonna do
September
this?
23rd and 24th. We will have 6 different events, including a midnight event where we will stay late after FNM. So we will also have events at 1 o'clock and 5 o'clock on Saturday. We'll have a Two-Headed Giant on Saturday as well. And then 2 and 6 o'clock events on Sunday. And you can be sure we'll be cramming this information down your throat.
Forever.
Plenty of time. So you don't have to remember it now.
If you miss some details, you'll see them again.
Yeah, all entry for all the events will be $30. Each player will add 3 packs to the prize pool of every event they attend, except for the midnight.
Which is going to be quite the party.
We're going to do 4 packs. We're also doing a very, very special pre-order promotion. Anybody...
He talked me into this
I did.
so hard.
I did. Anybody who attends any Ixalan pre-release event,
Just one.
even just one, may pre-order Ixalan booster packs boxes at a rate of $85 before tax.
Unprecedented.
Limited 100 per customer.
Yes, only 100. You can only get 100 at that cost.
Yes, we're also doing a box raffle. So for anybody who plays in 4 events or more gets their name in a raffle for a booster box. And we will also pull a few more names for free months of FNM.
Yep.
All right, moving on.
All right, we've got.
Well, check out. Isn't that beautiful?
Oh, look at that.
Don't you want to ride a raptor? You know what my favorite part?
How are they going to get dinosaurs and pirates mixed together? I haven't read the stories.
Well,
behind this yet.
it hasn't come out yet. They just finished the Hour of Devastation story.
Look at that.
You know what my favorite part about the dinosaurs on Ixalan is?
They have feathers.
They have feathers.
Yep.
Yeah. Just takes me back, Dr. Grant.
I like Miss Davy Jones there
Vraska.
with the
Yeah, she's totally Davy Jones.
yeah. Oh, where's John? Where's our friend Captain Jack?
Captain Jack.
Captain Jack.
He might make an appearance.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
All right, moving on. We have a new product released this week.
Yes.
The HeroClix set, The Mighty,
Mighty
Thor.
Thor.
Yes, and we have an event on Wednesday at 6:45.
Entry fee is $25. It's a Swiss 3-round minimum. Team format, 2-pack seal with the possibility of mulligan pack.
Yeah, and I know Nick and Mike are super excited
Yeah,
for this.
it's gonna be great.
So if you have any interest, if you want to find out if you're worthy, show up this Wednesday.
Is there actually going to be a Mjolnir in the packs? You think?
I would hope so.
I want to see the UPS lady get them off the truck.
Yeah. All right, so we have a Magic event this Saturday at 7 o'clock. We're doing an Hour of Devastation Amonkhet draft. Only $12 to play. This guy's going to be here. He usually does things that are against the interest of his business when he runs events by himself, so it might be worth showing up.
When I'm left to my own devices, you never know what's going to happen. We got that prize wheel. We haven't used that in a long time.
Yeah,
Let's do
yeah,
that.
that's a great
We should
idea.
do that.
Go for it.
We should do that.
All right, upcoming event. We have an X-Wing tournament coming soon.
Yep.
Tyler the Turtle Claypool wanted me to make sure that everyone knew on Saturday, September 23rd, there would be a 100-point list event at 12 o'clock, $5 entry.
$5 entry to get in.
Yep. Last one went over well. He wants to do another one.
Yeah, it went really well. Really well. Speaking of events coming up, we have a zombie walk. We still are trying to get some details put together, but the date we're going to go ahead and go with.
You talk. I'm just going to do this.
You keep on that. October 21st is the date. More details to come. We're going to have the routes. But I can't do this. So October 21st, Morgantown Zombie Walk. More stuff's coming.
Yep. It'll be heavily featured on future episodes.
Yep.
Speaking of things that we're going to mention more than once,
yes,
we will be vending at some conventions.
We are. Baltimore Comic Con, the weekend of September 23rd.
And then also Steel City Con in Pittsburgh, which is the weekend of December 8th through the 10th.
I'm really excited for both of those.
I'm super excited. I'm less excited for Baltimore, since I'll be here running pre-release events by myself. I'm sure Aaron will comfort me. But I will be at Steel City Con, and I am pumped. I'm gonna meet Fred and George. I'm gonna meet Biff.
Biff's gonna be there. Biff.
You're
gonna knock him in the head?
No. I'm gonna be like, I saw Lorraine. She just went around the corner.
Saw some crazy white-eyed guy getting in your car.
So moving on to my favorite segment and yours.
Yes,
this week in Star Wars. So Force Fridays this week. Why don't you tell us about Force Friday?
I wish I could. I don't know anything about it.
But you know what it is.
I know what it is. So
why don't you tell them what it is?
All right, here's what I know. Force Friday, there's going to be a whole bunch of new Star Wars toys released, and so it's going to be a great day to hit all the shops, pick up all the cool stuff. Now, what I don't know is we are being sent some very exclusive, very limited run Star Wars items. We don't even know what they are. We won't know until, I think, Friday when they show up. So
I'm going to make a call.
What do you think it's going to be?
I think that it's going to be Porg mouse pads.
If that's that, don't hold it against us. We didn't make these.
I will buy one.
What kind of a mouse pad?
Porg
mouse pads.
Porg.
That'd be delicious. Bacon flavored mouse pads.
Chewie likes them.
Well, they're a little chewy.
No, he's a little chewy. Or he's a big chewy.
He is.
All right, moving on. So, Last Jedi toys come out this Friday.
Yes.
Yep. Super excited. All right, this week in movies, there's no major releases this week.
Yeah.
So we're going to spend 2 weeks talking about the movie, aside from The Last Jedi, that I might be most excited for this year.
Yeah.
Stephen King's It.
Yep.
Finally released as a cinematic film. Has never been done before.
Nope.
There was a mini-series, which I loved, released back in 1990, I think. Mm-hmm. I have been pumping myself for this for a while. So I saw the mini-series when I was a kid.
Yep.
Scared the you-know-what out of me.
Yep.
It was my favorite horror thing for forever, and I always wanted to read the book.
Really?
When I became an Audible junkie, it was one of the first books I went to. But at the time, I was just starting to go to the gym, and I started listening to it. And basically, the whole premise is about a monster that parades as a clown that murders children. It's not the most motivational. It's not the best motivational material. I couldn't get in the right mindset. I gave up on it.
That's a bad choice. I remember the miniseries when I was a kid or when I was younger, and honestly, I didn't really care for it that much.
I think you need to rewatch it.
I've never read the books.
Mm-hmm.
I have read a lot of Stephen King books, and I love the books. Never really liked the movie.
A book.
I've read several.
No.
Stephen King books.
This is a
book.
book.
That is a book, right?
Yes.
Right. But now one of the he's kind of turned the corner for me. Dark Tower.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was an amazing movie. I haven't read that book either.
I wanted to.
Yeah.
But coming back to I've always loved the miniseries. I thought it was great. Coming now 2 weeks ago, I was like, I didn't realize this movie came out so soon, and now I really don't want to see the movie without having read the book. Started listening to it on Audible. I'm over halfway through it. It is some of the most difficult sentences I've ever listened to in my life.
Yeah.
As a parent, the scariest thing is losing a child, and this book has been a challenge or two.
Yeah.
But it is one of the most well-written things I've ever... And it's actually made me appreciate the miniseries more.
Really?
It's a hard story to tell in 3 hours, but I really think they did as good a job as they could with only 3 hours to tell it and being restricted to the television format.
Yeah. And I think maybe that's why I didn't really latch onto it that much, because it was probably very watered down for TV. Had to be.
I think they captured the spirit of the horror with how all of the
In your
content.
face, yeah.
Because there's content in that book that would never ever see the light of day on television.
Wow.
But
Not even like British TV? They'll do anything
Wow.
on British TV.
I think you should give the miniseries another shot before we
All right.
see this.
I might do that.
All right, so-
Can you stream it? Is it online?
It's on Prime. Is it on Prime? I don't know.
I'll
We'll
find
figure it out.
Yeah.
Actually, I have the DVD.
Oh, even better.
All right. So super excited. Moving on. Horseman of the Week.
Horseman of the Week.
I want to shout out 3 Magic players this week: Levi Spencer, Mark Garib, and Jeff Bales, for 2 reasons. One, just they're super chill guys. They're always very pleasant to have in the store at events. They don't get super salty. They're always fun to be around. But mainly, I wanted to point out their teamwork. They entered the Four Horsemen Eternal Festival Team Eternal Championships as a team, and they made it to the top 4 cut. And something we've ran 3 team events now, and something that I've noticed is a lot of people come as a team and then they just play separately.
Yeah.
So when you're playing Team Magic, you're actually allowed to ask your teammates, "Hey, should I
What
do
do you
this?
think about
Yeah,
this?
should I make
Yeah.
this play?"
Yep.
Like, and these 3 guys, like,
Actually did that.
they chit chat
Yeah.
like 12-year-old girls at a sleepover. And it shows in their results. They played in the first team event that we did as well, and they made it to the finals of that one. And they exemplify what I think Team Magic should be, and I just wanted to shout them out.
Good job, guys.
Yes.
Well done.
Good job. Plus, they're all just great guys.
They're good guys.
All right, moving on to the Four Horsemen mailbag. This question was actually submitted via our survey that I put up this
really?
morning. The last question on the survey is general feedback, and also, would you like to add a Four Horsemen mailbag question?
Cool.
What is your desert island game, i.e., if you could only play one game for the rest of your life, what would it be? Go.
Can I have electricity?
Yes.
It could be a video game.
They did not specify otherwise. Probably the intent was board game, but they didn't
I would
specify
think.
otherwise.
All right, so if I had electricity, it would be either, I don't know, probably one of the older Nintendo games. Either like an N64 Star Wars game, something like that. I never got to play them.
None of those were very good.
Oh, I don't know.
You just said you never got to play
What was the one
them.
that came out on GameCube? There was a Star Wars game.
There were lots of Star Wars games.
No, it was like
on
one of the
GameCube.
very first ones. Like when GameCube first came out, there was a Star Wars game that came out. I almost got fired
The
over that
Rogue
game.
Squadron game?
It might have been. I can't remember what it was. But I played that game. Like, I called off a lot. I was real sick that month. I think I worked for Alex at that point.
Okay. If we're talking board games, it'd have to be Risk for me, or Axis and Allies, depending on how long we're on the island.
I was gonna say either one of those is like
Yeah.
epically long games.
If we're talking video games, socially, I gotta say like Mario Kart or Super Smash Brothers. But if it's just me, like,
You wouldn't do like a Sims or something? If you're all alone on this island, you need some kind of human interaction.
well,
No Sims?
so I would say either Harvest Moon, which is my all-time favorite game. You're shaking your head like you know what that is,
No
but you
idea
don't.
what that is.
It's a farming game.
You play Farmville.
It's not Farmville.
You just said it's a farming game.
No, Farmville is Facebook crap.
Look, I played
Harvest
Farmville.
Moon is an RPG.
Oh, that makes it better.
You own a gaming store, and you just rolled your eyes when I said RPG.
No, RPGs are great.
I'm going to use the other kind of RPG on you.
You know, we did the first free RPG day. I'm totally going down the rabbit hole here. Somebody actually thought we were giving away weapons. I had a parent call me. A child came in. They're giving away guns at Fort Worth. I was like, what? It's free RPGs.
We should get Nerf guns and go away a free RPG day. Just on the off chance that one
They come
parent
back.
walks in. What is this? Shouldn't do that.
That's a bad idea.
Or Skyrim. I could play Skyrim for forever.
Yeah, I've seen Skyrim. I've never played it. Looks really nice.
If you had 40 hours to kill,
What about
100 hours,
Battlefront?
I bet you could get into that.
New Battlefront coming out. I'll take that one.
I'm not
Don't
into
say it.
shooting
Don't
games.
say it. Oh, but it's Star Wars.
I know, and it's like the only shooting game I play, but it can only hold my attention for so long.
Yeah.
I'm just not that type of gamer.
Yeah.
Awesome. So we have a sale.
We do. In honor of Force Friday, we're going to give you guys 20% off any Star Wars comic book in the shop and 40% off any Star Wars models. We got these really sweet.
Might pick up one of those TIE fighters.
Yes.
Ooh,
so
cool.
the same company that makes the Gundams, which we also carry, so come and check those out. Same company that makes these real articulated Gundams also make these Star Wars models. They're absolutely beautiful.
I think we have X-Wings and TIE fighters.
X-Wings, TIE fighters. We got Podamerons. We got the U-Wing. Or no, we have the TIE Striker.
We have U-Wings? I know we have TIE Strikers.
We have TIE Strikers.
I don't think we have
U-Wings.
U-Wings.
Yeah.
It's probably something we should have,
looked at that
before the show.
Yeah.
Four Horsemen Comics and Gaming, where preparation means nothing. All right, so we're gonna play Telltale Tuesdays tonight.
We are. What are we playing? We finished.
We finished The Wolf Among Us.
Yep.
You can catch the last episode of that on our YouTube page, which is almost at 6,000 views. It was 5,900 and some. I highly recommend watching us play the last episode because it is full of blood and gore, and we are screaming and laughing the entire time. So we're going to start a new game. We're going to pick up with our good friend Thor and play The Walking Dead Season 2.
She's still alive.
She's still alive.
Not for long.
Well,
put the kids to bed.
We'll be back on the air at about 9 o'clock. You can check us out on Twitch only. That is not streaming to YouTube or Facebook. So twitch.tv/ForSomeComics. And speaking of social medias.
Oh, we have a few of those.
Yes, we have our Facebook page, which you can like at facebook.com/FourHorsemenComics. You can follow us on Instagram at Four Horsemen Comics, where we do not receive messages from the real Doctor Strange. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Four Horsemen Comics Gaming. Follow us on Twitter at @4 Horsemen Comics. Watch all of our streaming content at twitch.tv/Four Horsemen Comics. And shop our TCG inventory at shop.fourhorsemencomics.com. Mr. Burgundy, it's been a pleasure.
It has been a pleasure.
Do you have anything to say to the beautiful city of Morgantown?
I only have one thing to say.
Okay.
You stay classy, Morgantown.
Why don't you go back to your home line?
No! Not saying that.
It's a bad one.